Hi everyone. Welcome to part 2 of the keys to manifesting. And I have been sitting here and looking at all of your comments and seeing where you are all situated all over the world. It's just absolutely breathtaking. I've been reading all of your messages, so know that I've been locking eyes on absolutely everything you've written. Today, we're focusing on step 2 and 3 of the creation process. We did step 1 2 weeks ago. The steps are ask, believe, receive. On the last live, I shared some new insights into manifestation. And if you missed that one, it is pre-recorded, by the way, on the Secret YouTube channel. But I'm going to summarize some of the points here for you too. Because you just can't hear these things too many times. So let's just dive right into this. This is, even though it doesn't look like it, is a spiritual universe. It's actually not a material universe. And on the spiritual plane is everything you've ever wanted or will want in the future. So what you want is already there, fully ready and manifested, ready to come into the world. So if it's already manifested, that means you are worthy of anything and everything you want right now and whenever you want it. No questions asked. So the second really important point is there's no separation between you and what you want on the spiritual plane. So on that plane, you already have every manifestation. There's not you and the manifestation is separate from you. There is, the two of you are together. And so the trick is, when wanting to manifest and bring it into the world, is to make sure that you duplicate no separation in your practice so that it comes into the physical world. So to do that, you have to imagine you already have what you want. And you already knew that, but now you know the reason why. You are already together with your manifestation. If you don't pretend that you have it, then you will continue to manifest it being separate from you. So you're either manifesting something into the world or you're manifesting its absence, but you're still manifesting. You're using the creation process every single time you have a thought. And each thought is either bringing your manifestation to you or keeping you separate from it. So step 2, believe, can seem to be the most difficult step. But with what I just shared with you, it should be much easier because your deservability is without question. You deserve whatever it is that you want, no matter what. And what you want is already there, ready and waiting for you to call it forth. So that makes it so much easier, right? Now, believing is convincing yourself, convincing your subconscious mind that you already have what you want. There are so many practical ways to do that, but all involve using your imagination, make-believing, and pretending. So, who is the first person? This will just give you an idea of some things you can visualize. Who is the first person you will tell when you get that really big thing that you want? Then visualize or imagine telling that person. Imagine the very moment your really big desire appears. How would you react? Would you punch the air? Yes, yes, yes. Would you jump for joy? Would you clap? Would you say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God? Would you have tears of joy? Whatever it is, imagine that, because then you are beginning to convince yourself and convince your subconscious mind. Other than visualizing, make-believing and pretending you have your desire, there are 2 more things that you must watch very carefully. Do not contradict what you want with your actions. Every action begins with a thought. You can't take an action without the thought preceding it. And depending on the action and thought, you could inadvertently cancel your manifestation. For instance, if you want to travel, then don't have your suitcases tucked away in a place where you never go to. Get your suitcases out, put them in a convenient spot, ready to pack. If you're wanting to attract a partner or a love interest, make room in your life for them as though they are here already. Otherwise, you're saying they're not coming. If you want to live in a particular house, then write out your new address over and over. If you want a particular amount of money, fill in the check from the universe on our website, the secret website, which is thesecret.tv. The guys will put that in the description box and in the information box. Secondly, be grateful in a way that you maybe haven't thought of before. If you want a new house and you're visualizing it, make sure you are as grateful in your current home as though it is your new house. If you want more money and you're visualizing that, be head over heels grateful for the money you do have. Then make sure you don't entertain thoughts that you don't have enough money. If a thought pops up, stamp it out immediately with thoughts of abundance. Remember, the difference between not enough money and plenty of money, I can hear my grandson yelling in the background, and plenty of money is simply your thoughts. On the spiritual plane, you already have all the money you want right now and in the future. So just remember that. It's already there. So if you want a new job and you're visualizing it, make sure you're grateful for your current job. Appreciate every aspect of it as though it was your dream job, and the universe must present your dream job to you. Do you visualize once or more often? By rights, all you have to do is visualize once. But unfortunately, many of us cancel out our visualization with a thought or action that says, I don't have it yet. My suggestion, therefore, is to visualize until it's manifested. Honestly, it's what I did with The Secret. I visualized and imagined nonstop every day. And be as grateful as you can be for everything in your life as though you have it all. So I've got a lot more to share with you about believing, a lot more tips, but let's do it through the questions. Thanks to everyone for sending in questions. If I don't get to answer your actual question, you will still receive your answer through someone else's question. Law of attraction has to make sure you get your answer. So just listen carefully. This live and all of our lives are recorded and available for you to watch anytime you want on our YouTube channel. The Secret, what's our YouTube channel called?
The Secret by Rhonda Byrne.
The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So if there's something I say that you want to make a note about, you don't have to do it now. You can do it from the recording. So let's get into the questions. Ferrario from Italy says, how do I, in practice, genuinely feel happiness and gratitude for something I'm supposed to think I've already obtained if it hasn't manifested yet? I commit myself every day, but I find it difficult to do this so that the things I want can manifest. Give the right tips, please. Ferrario, you're not going to win an Academy Award for acting, are you? But that's what you need to do. You need to act the part of having what you want. That's one of my dogs barking. So you have to make your acting so convincing that you convince yourself. I have done this journey hundreds and thousands of times, starting from no way, no hope to total believing. It's inner, mental, imaginary work. It's pretending, and you have to apply yourself. You have to act the part. Just do it for the fun of it. Make it light. Make yourself laugh. That's what I used to do. I would have all these conversations as though it had manifested, and I would absolutely kill myself laughing over it. So I don't know what it is you want, so I can't be specific with tips other than what I've said. But just go for the Oscar, okay? Also, a really great tip for everybody that's written in questions, go to the Secret website, thesecret.tv, and read the stories of people who've manifested what you want to manifest. I would say the same for every person who has sent in a question about believing. If you're having trouble believing, there's nothing better in the world to read a story every single day on our website, or multiple stories. You will find many of the people that have manifested things did exactly that. It's so inspiring. You will read things where they've manifested massive things, which makes your thing feel really small. It just takes your believability through the roof. So it's a really good tip. Alina from Singapore, there are so many days where I feel drained and tried using secret shifters and practicing gratitude. And inside, I know I'm not feeling the feelings, even though I really, really want to. I had a period in my life where I felt it, and the feelings I have now don't match what I had back then. What should I do? Any down days are not the days to manifest, full stop. Just let it go. Don't worry about those days because your frequency's low. You're not anywhere near kind of happiness or joy. And so just let that day go. Only do the creation steps when you feel good, because that's when you have the most power. That's when you have the most energy. Your number one task and mission is to feel good. Forget about the feelings for the moment and do whatever it takes to feel good. I want this to be your number one commitment, because then when you are consistently feeling good, life will be different for you. Manifestations will absolutely fly into your life. So make that your number one priority. And anybody else could do the same, actually. If you're finding that just each day you're kind of okay or a bit down, you're more sort of flat or okay, or that is not feeling good. And so you can make feeling good your priority and just do whatever it takes for you to feel good. And it's different for everyone, right? It's absolutely different, but you know the things that make you feel good. So Ingmar says, I'm curious about your idea of manifesting our desires without taking action. Actually, I've never said that, Ingmar. I've said inspired action. You need to take inspired action. You mentioned that it's a very long and hard way. But when I want to write a book, how can I focus solely on receiving that goal without writing or taking other concrete steps? What techniques can I employ to align my mindset with my aspiration to become a published author? So I want to give you an example of the secret book that I did not know I would write it, but I knew there would be a book, and I visualized it for over a year. I ended up by writing that book in 2.5 weeks. What does that tell you? That tells you it was absolutely effortless. So when you have really done the mental work really well ahead of time, and I just needed to do it ahead of time, somebody else could maybe do it instantly, then you do write the book, but it's like the book writes itself. It's effortless. And that's inspired action. Inspired action is when you don't even feel like you're acting. It feels like the universe is moving you. It feels like the entire energy of the universe is flowing through you. You just can't stop the force. It's so great. And that's what happened when I wrote The Secret. So if I were you, I would keep imagining my book as a bestseller, how much people loved it without ever knowing what it's about. And when you have done that sufficiently, one day, out of the blue, you will receive an idea for a book that excites you so much you can't stop yourself from sitting down to write it. And when you write it, it's effortless. It actually doesn't feel like you're writing it. Then you have your manifestation and you are writing a bestseller. You have to have patience and be prepared to wait. Shah from Oklahoma. My biggest obstacle is, how do I push past years of mental abuse? Self-doubt, self-confidence. I love it when it's in the middle. I've been told from an early age and into my young adult life that I'm worthless. Oh gosh, Shah. I want confidence in myself and I want the freedom of abundance. I will do my manifestation techniques I've learned so far, but there's always that little voice of doubt that's been there since the age of probably 6 or maybe even younger. How do I quiet that voice for good? I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, but also too, I know you probably wouldn't be here now, conscious, where many people are not, and on a spiritual path, had you not gone through all of that suffering. So no, you're not the only one. A lot of people have gone through it too. Not many people really sail through a childhood and it's blissful. Some do, but many don't. Like Oprah, for example, is one, and look what she did in her life. It inspired her to really push beyond what had happened. So first thing I want you to know is that little voice that sounds like you in your head is not you. It is not you. It's a random thought that is just coming from the universe. It's not even your thought, okay? It's just, so straight away, it's a stranger. Like, just imagine if the phone rang and you picked up the phone. One teacher said this once and I really loved it. The phone rang, you picked up the phone, and the person on the end of the phone you do not know, and they said, I'm never going to be in touch with you ever again. I'm never going to talk to you again. You would say, I couldn't care less, because who are you? You wouldn't care, right? That's what that little voice that you're hearing in your head, it's no different than the phone ringing and a stranger on the phone. It's no different. Take no notice of it. And also, if you can just understand right now that the mental abuse that you suffered is now, it's just a memory, right? As hard as it was for you to experience, right now it's just a memory. So you don't want to torture yourself with the memory and continue to play that memory over, mentally abusing yourself. Can you see that that's what can happen? Our memory can really be sometimes a really big torturer, and it's just a memory. So now I want you to know that you are worth more than all the riches in the world. Your life is the one life in the universe, our one life, and it's more valuable than any thought could ever capture. Now that's the truth. Any thoughts that contradict that are lies. The universe cannot exist without you. You are a spiritual being. There is an image of Shah, but beneath the image is a spiritual being that is pure, perfect, never been harmed or hurt. And the mental abuse story of Shah from Oklahoma is not the real you. The real you, the sense that you have of yourself, it's not a different you, it's the feeling that you have of yourself without any story attached. That's who you really are. And that real you deserves everything. You have everything waiting for you, ready to appear in your life. If you can, it's time to stop believing thoughts that are not true, and this is really your work. And you will know if it's working, because you will feel happier and happier as you stop believing those torturing thoughts. When a critical thought appears, tell it sternly it's not you and to buzz off. But you might want to use an F word instead. Because those thoughts are harming you, and I don't want you to accept them because they're not true. And so now here is your life's affirmation. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, happy, and harmonious. And that is for you. Mwah! Okay. Hasmitha from Texas, as a student abroad, I'm currently looking for jobs, saving money, living on a budget. Sounds like a non-secret person. Actions that are necessary for my situation. Oh, really? However, based on believing and receiving principles, I'm supposed to believe that I already have what I'm manifesting. This seems to contradict my current actions, such as saving and applying for jobs. How can I reconcile the belief that I already have what I want while still taking these practical steps toward achieving my goals? Actually, you can't. You can't, because all of your actions are contradicting what you want to manifest. Your actions and your words are saying to the universe, I have to do everything myself. I have to take action to get anything and everything that I want. And that absolutely makes it impossible for you to manifest something effortlessly and quickly with the perfect outcome. You have to trust the law like everybody else here. You have to trust the law, know that it's infallible, trust the universe, and relinquish control. The universe can see far more than you can see. Your perspective is tiny in comparison. But there's something else that I want to say. I can't help feeling that with many of the people that have written in questions, there are quite a few that are trying to manifest things a little too late. And what I mean by that, like nothing's too late. You can have a thought and it can manifest instantly. But if it's something you need urgently, then you can get some resistance. For example, for this person that was Hasmitha, the student, what would have been really great would be if you had imagined the job that you were going to get, the place you were going to live in, the money you were going to have before you came here. It would have been so good then for you to do all of that, to make lists and to ask for the life and job you wanted before you came. Do you see what I mean? Because that would be much easier. Now you're here and you're needing to get a job and you're needing money and you're having to budget. And so that's what's making it so hard. That's a lot of pressure because you need it now, right, instead of in the future. So it's just something, for example, that you can think about for the future. By rights, anyone can manifest what they want really fast. But when you put yourself in a situation where you need something urgently within a time frame, such as you do, you kind of thwart yourself. And this is the case for many of you who wrote in. So I would say choose something you want to manifest in a year's time and visualize that, simply because you will have zero resistance around that. So just try it so that you can feel it. You will see it feels really light, totally achievable, completely believable, which means it's already gone into the subconscious mind. Anyone's trying to manifest something they need right now, I would suggest you do the same. Choose something big that you want 1 year from now and visualize that. It doesn't take a year to manifest, not at all. But if it's sometime in the future, you just won't have the resistance. You will feel so much lighter about it. Now, the good thing is, for law of attraction, there is no future. And in truth, there really is no future. Time isn't real. So for most of us, we do believe in time. So imagining something in the future immediately reduces our resistance and it completely changes the dynamics. So that is just something, when I was thinking about all of you, it was something that I think would be really good. For law of attraction, it's no different if you're thinking 1 year. So one of the things that I want to say that I said to the team before we started, and I'd really like you to feel the difference of this. So imagine if I said to you, you need to manifest $100,000 in this month, and we're halfway through the month. So you need to manifest $100,000 before the end of this month and see how that feels. And then if I say to you, you need to manifest $100,000 in 10 years. Can you feel the difference in that? The difference is enormous, right? Enormous. So adding some time helps us, and law of attraction ignores it anyway. So Sarah from Kazakhstan, Okie dokie. How to believe in meeting a right person in your 40s when you are an introvert. There are no exceptions for the law of attraction. There's not a clause that says, think about what you want and you'll receive it unless you're an introvert and in your 40s, right? And who says you're an introvert anyway? If you don't want that label, then don't call yourself that because you're manifesting it. You are potentially putting a label on yourself that you don't want. If you don't want to be an introvert, that is. An introvert's just a story. The real you is not an introvert. I'm here to tell you. All I'm saying is you get to choose what you want to be. So if you don't want that, don't label yourself as that. Label yourself as something else. Happy-go-lucky, great energy, great personality, everyone loves me. And of course, you can meet anyone you want and you can manifest that person into your life. Lisa from Estonia. I've been practicing the law of attraction for quite some time now, and I can confirm that it really is working. But the thing is that I managed to do it with only small and meaningless things. For example, a single red rose, just for the fun of it, a perfume I really like, a lot of different and fun experiences and events and so on. But as soon as it has to do with something very important for me, I start feeling resistance and it's not working. I totally get it. It's the case for many people. You're not alone. For example, when I'm running late somewhere and really need a free parking spot, or when I need a bigger amount of money for something important, it's not working. I acknowledge that I feel resistance because I start having second thoughts. What if? In my subconscious mind. And the more I fight with these thoughts and try to ignore them, the more resistance I feel. I don't know what to do. So you can't fight thoughts, you just make them stronger. So not believing the thoughts is the answer, okay? If you're running late, you are filled with resistance and you're on a negative frequency and you're not going to manifest a free parking spot. Game over there. You are telling law of attraction, I'm late. And so law of attraction will ensure you don't get a free parking spot to make sure you maintain being late. Okay? Whew. How good's that? Again, because you consider the reason for the bigger amount of money as important, you have resistance. So I want you to take the big thing that you want and visualize having it 10 years from now. Remember what I said before, there's no time for law of attraction, so 10 years is irrelevant, but the time helps you let go of resistance. Just try it as an experiment. I'm really keen for you guys to try this and let me know how it goes. And then we have Akira from India. My question is, why am I not able to manifest my dream partner? Why am I not receiving her? I'm looking at the current reality and getting upset as I cannot see the results. How to overcome that? Every time you look at the results, you're back to square one and you're cancelled out receiving your dream partner. So how to overcome that? Stop looking at the results. And now I want to tell you, and this is for all of you, go for an Oscar. Go for an Oscar, an Academy Award, and start acting. Become an actor and start acting as though she's here already. Talk to her when no one else is around, of course. Imagine her next to you when you're out and about. Imagine you're holding her hand. Imagine you're opening the door for her or she's opening the door for you. Imagine she's sitting opposite you in a restaurant. Imagine she's at home when you open your front door and come home and she's there waiting for you. Imagine she's in the bathroom when you're having a shower and talk to her when you're in the shower. Imagine she's also cleaning her teeth when you're cleaning your teeth. Go for an Oscar-winning performance. This is what you have to do. Laugh with her and make it fun. And for everybody, if you could bring out that inner actor that is inside you, go for an Oscar and make believe and act as though you have your manifestation already. honestly, you will have so much fun. You will feel as light as a feather, which is absolutely perfect because light is on a frequency way up here and Sirius is on a frequency way down here. And so light is up here where your manifestation is. And it's just so much fun. Like as a child, you all would have done it with great ease, right? And so now we're going to become fantastic actors and we're going to do performances that absolutely outstrip the Academy Awards, okay? Tony from Illinois. This might be the last question, maybe. Zoe. I can't see Zoe. Yeah. How come you always have... Okay, I'll do Tony and then I'll do Zoe. Tony from Illinois. Hey, Tony, thank you so much for tuning in and for your question. I'm believing to have enough money to be financially free, not only for my family now, but for my children's children. What can I do to help speed the process of receiving, or how can I strengthen the believing? Now, I don't know how old your children are, but can you play a game with your family and where you pretend you are, and you've got to choose the right word, because where you pretend you're wealthy, where you pretend you are completely financially free. I don't know how old your children are, so I don't know if it's appropriate. If it is, then you can cut out pictures with your family, what everybody wants, put them on a vision board that depicts financial freedom for you, whatever that is, right? Then go for the Oscar and make it a game with your family to pretend you are financially free, abundant. You can make up all kinds of games. I don't know what financially free looks like to you, so I'm going to go a little bit over the top now as an example. So at the weekend, say, well, will we take our boat out today, or will we drive to our holiday house on the coast for the weekend? One thing I do want to do, though, is buy some new clothes. Actually, we could all do with some new clothes. What will we buy today? These things are a little bit over the top, but they will give you the idea. If you have children and they're young, then you can call the vision board a wishing board, where the children put their wishes on the board, and you can do this with the whole family. I mean, the wonderful thing about young children is they have no resistance. They put something on the board that they wish for, they totally expect to get it, and they do, right? So, Zoe on YouTube, how come you always have an answer to every question? Do you ever say, I don't know? Gosh, Zoe, I don't know. If I ever say I don't know. You know what? There's something so amazing about questions that, and I'll just finish with this for all of you. When you ask a question, anybody asks a question, immediately the answer comes, even if it's something that I never knew before. It's not unique to me. It's for all of you. You all have the same ability. Like you could say, what do I need to do to manifest this desire that I want? What is missing? What do I need to do? You will get the answer. You really will. You have to listen for it. It might come in the form of a picture or words, but you will get the answer. It has to come. So the amazing thing about the questions is, even if I didn't know the answer, the moment the question's asked, the answer comes, right? It's for all of you as well. So thank you with all of my heart. I'm so grateful for every single one of you, and I'm intending that you all manifest whatever it is that you want. Please let me know if anything helped you on today's live, and sending you so much love. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining the Secret Live Q&A. We are so grateful for your support. For even more life-changing content on the power of manifestation, make sure to subscribe to the Secret YouTube channel and connect with us on your favourite social media platform. Ready to dive deeper into the Secret teachings? Visit us at thesecret.tv to explore further. May the joy be with you.